Okay, hello everyone. We are very excited to be here for our Imbolc transmission. So we're recording this because our magical Karen is off to Ireland on Imbolc. So we're just recording this for you guys. I'm very excited to be here today.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here and so excited to do this. I love Imbolc. And the trip to Ireland is a bit of a last minute thing. It's only been booked for a couple of weeks. However, it feels very fated and it feels very I just love Imbolc. So I love the fact that I'm going to celebrate Imbolc in Ireland. And I love the fact that before I do that, we get to celebrate Imbolc with you all because Imbolc's just, it's such a beautiful time
Hmm.
energetically, I think.
Yeah.
And so many people talk about the new calendar year as being this whole new beginning, this whole new start. And I get it and I understand it. However, for me, Imbolc is when things really start. Imbolc is where the magic happens.
Yeah. And it's the weirdest thing for me because, in South Africa we didn't really celebrate these things, and when I moved to the UK, like it made so much sense because I just got back from Egypt last week, and like my garden, like I was so excited to get back because I'm like, what's opened up? And my snowdrops have started opening up and I'm like, yes, spring is coming. So it's literally like your whole body in this country and everything, just nature reflects the start of the new year. And I was saying to Karen, it's just like I feel like we've been unfolding into this year in January because neither of us went, hell for leather and we're like, we're doing this and da da da. We just basically just like step gently into the year, and it's been so beautiful just to not rush. And like now that the flowers are starting to open, like I'm feeling like, yes, I'm back. I'm like, I'm happy to work now and get out of my quiet cocooning space, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And I found that really interesting because I think in the past that's something I've always tried to do. I'm a firm believer in living life as cyclically as possible, as in tune with nature as possible. And I've always tried to go, okay, we'll go gently until Imbolc. And then as the flowers start to come up, I can start to rear my head up as well. And in the past, it's always been a challenge. In the past, I've really struggled with that. But it feels as though this year it's been much easier to just go, okay, well, everything can just go on the back burner. And there's various reasons behind that, but it's felt as though the world itself has been calling us to take a step back.
Yeah, yeah. And we were talking about the energy of this year as well before we started the call. And I wanted to also just emphasize the significance of being in a seven universal year, right? Like because sevens are all about like it's about this, it's like this massive spiritual number. It's about going deeper. It's about like really like looking at things this year. And one of the things that I wanted, the energy that I want to put in, and I think that we both want to put into this session is basically like treating this start of the year as a invitation to look at what you are doing, everything in your life, to reevaluate all the processes, the way you do your business, the way you run anything, the way that you interact with people, your family, whatever, relationships, whatever it is for you. But like, how have you been doing things, and how is this year calling you to go deeper and in a way that's more expansive for yourself, in a way that is more nourishing for yourself, and just also for this planet.
Yeah. Because it's interesting, isn't it? I think a lot of us, and we were just talking about this too, that I think a lot of us have come to a point in our lives where we've either done things a certain way for a long time because that's the way we were taught, because that's the way we've learned is safest or is quickest or whatever it may be. And now is the time to really revisit those and go, hold on a second. Is that right for me though? Is that what I want? Does this feel aligned with me? Does it feel safe? Does it, all of those things? And also within that, even in terms of kind of doing things in a more aligned way. I mean, we have a podcast called Love, Light and Bullshit Bingo where we try and unpick some of the myths, some of the lines around this aligned soulful way of living. And I think one of the real challenges with the way that the spirituality industry, if you like, has really boomed over the last few years is that even those things that are about coming back to ourselves, about tuning into us, have become a bit of a process, have become a bit of a, this is what you must do, or this is what so-and-so says you should do. This is the year where we really need to scale all of that back and actually never mind what anybody else says. Never mind what you've always been told. Never mind what the book's saying, etc., etc. Come back to this. Come back to you. And wherever it is inside you that your authority lives, come back to that sense, because when you do that, that's really the only guide you need. That's really the only pathway home.
Yeah, exactly. And we're moving from a 7 into an 8, right? And like if we really this year make it our sole focus to go into those spaces and to go deep and just like work with it, that leads to abundance, right? That leads to abundance, like in joy and happiness and money and whatever the hell you want to be abundant in your life for, right? But it's just like it opens you up to basically move into the space where you can receive. And that for me is just like that's what this is about. So our journey today feels, I mean, both of us have no idea where we're going as per usual, but it feels like it's an invitation. It's an invitation to look, to feel, and to just open up and move into this year right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to say, babe?
I don't think so. I don't
Okay,
think
cool.
so. I think we're good to go.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, so we're just gonna start with Ceryn. She's gonna take us in. If you haven't been with us before, welcome. She's gonna do us a beautiful channeling, and then we'll go into a guided meditation that I'll be leading. And yeah, and we see where we go today. So
Where
awesome.
it takes us. I'm just setting this timer so that I don't channel for ever and a day, because no one needs it.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe I do. Oh man. Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Right. Okay. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I just invite you to get nice and comfy. And if you'd like to, feel free to close your eyes and just start by taking a few deep breaths, letting yourself come all the way into this moment, all the way into this space. And for this next little while, exactly as Yolandi and I just spoke about, let's just try and cast out all of those external voices. With every out breath, allow yourself to release a little bit more of what the outside world is telling you. And instead to come all the way back in, back home to yourself and everything that involves, everything you embody. And as you keep breathing, I'm going to start by drawing a circle around us all through time and space. So wherever you're listening to this, whenever you're listening to this, you're doing so within this sacred space. So I start by calling out to the east, into the air, to inspiration, to wisdom, to intuition. I call out to the clouds, to the winds, of which there are many here today, to the power of our breath. And I invite those beautiful energies of the air and the east to join with us, to work with us, and to bless this time, this space, and this work that we do together. Welcome. And then I turn to the south, and I call out to the south and to fire, to passion, to action, to illumination, to creativity. I call out to the energy of the sun itself, that great energy that is the life force of this entire planet. I call out to the dragons and to the volcanoes, to the candle flames, to the great big bonfires, and to the sacred fires of this time of year. To the south and to fire, I invite them to join with us, to work with us, and to bless this time, this space, and this work that we do together. Welcome. And then turn into the west, I call out to the west and to the water, to the ebb and to the flow, to the cleansing and to the nourishment, to the surrender and to the deep, deep consciousness. I call it the whales and the dolphins, to the rains, to the tides, and to the tears that we hold within us. To the west and to water, I invite them to join with us, to work with us, and to bless this time, this space, and this work that we do together. Welcome. And finally, I turn to the north, and I call to the north and to earth, to groundedness, to foundations, to fertility, to surety, to sturdiness, to abundance. I call out to the trees and to the plants, to the animals, to the mountains, to the caves and to the rocks. To the north and to the earth, I invite them to join with us, to work with us, and to bless this time, this space, and this work that we do together. Welcome. And then I draw that circle around us, across time and space, surrounding each and every person represented here, by east and the air, by south and the fire, by west and the water, by north and the earth, and back to east, in a circle of protection, of connection, of wisdom, of insight, of support, and of nourishment, a circle of illumination in the most perfect form. And then I turn to the center, to soul, to spirit, to space, and to ether, I call in our guides, our helpers, our teachers, and our inspirers. I call out to our ancestors of blood, of stars, of soul, and of heart. And I call out to our own souls, to our own beings, to every facet of our beings throughout all directions of time and space, that they may join with us here. All of those who come to us with the highest of intention are welcomed within this space. I call to the love and the support of spirit, to the wisdom and the power of soul, and to the vast, limitless potential of space and of ether. So as we sit in this space, I invite you to just feel those roots of gold and white light that grow down your spine, out of the base of your spine, and that stretch down through any buildings that you're in, down through all those layers of earth, down through the caverns and the caves of the inner earth, down through the rivers, the streams, and the seas that are such a part of this planet, right the way down through the ring of fire that surrounds the heart of our planet, and down into the crystal core of Gaia, where your roots can intertwine with the roots of that tree at the heart of our planet, connect in and allow you to know that you are totally held, totally safe, totally supported, and allow you to feel that Gaia energy as it flows back up. And as with every Project Earthwork session, we are here for her, to support her and to work with her. And so as her energy flows back up through all those layers of this planet, back up into your spine, feel the sense of peace that comes when she knows she is being tended. Feel the sense of support, mutual support that she offers to you as a being of this planet. Allow it to flood through every part of your being until you feel wholly supported, wholly safe, wholly loved. And then feel that second door open up in your solar plexus, and a beam of pure golden light stretch all the way up through your chest and your heart, up through your shoulders, up through your neck and through your head, out of the top of your crown and all the way up through the building that you're in, through the sky above you, right the way up through the stars and the planets, all the way up to the very center of all that there is, to that great big ball of energy, of light that is the great central sun, that is source. And as your beam of light comes into this place and plugs in here, feel all of that energy, the energy that is source, the energy that is wisdom, that is power, that is love, flow all the way back, pulsing its way through the stars, through the skies, through the roof, right the way back into the crown of your head. And then beginning to radiate out to every piece of your body, to every part of your energy body, filling you with that illumination, with that fire, with that remembrance of all that you are, until you glow. And feel the way those two energies move together, work with one another, and move with one another within you, as you are totally held by Gaia and by source, by the divine feminine and the divine masculine, by all that there is. And so in this place, at this time, as I open up and invite whoever wishes to speak through me today to do that to each of us, I ask by divine decree in the name of Gaia, source, and cosmos, that this may be a perfectly safe and sacred space within which anything and everything that needs to be shared, to be experienced, can happen with perfect ease and perfect clarity in the highest good of all. So it is. And if you want to take a few deep breaths and come back into this moment, you're welcome to just listen with your eyes closed, or to open your eyes if you would prefer this next little bit. And I'm just going to step aside and allow whoever wishes to speak through me to do that now. There is a light at the center of all. It is this light at the center of your own organic space, which is and has been worshipped for so much of recorded time. And beyond that are other lights at the center of their own space, their own time. And beyond all is yet another light that is the center of all. Have you considered the smaller lights, those that are closer to home, those around which you gather within your home, within each place in your home, and those which are within yourself. Humans will always turn towards light, much like a plant, much like an animal. For within light, it is there that we find clarity. It is there that we find the energy to move forward. Do not be afraid to turn toward your own light, the light of your own being, the lights of your own life. Knowing as you do that the darkness is not a place of danger, not a place of cold and of hardship. It is a place of insight and of peace, and one which must be revered and celebrated equally. And yet, the light within you is a place of your own forward movement. It is the torch that allows you to step ahead. What would you find if you sat with your own light? What would you find if you worshipped that light in the same way that you worship the lights around you, in the same way that this world and its societies have suggested you worship a great light outside of yourself? It is the light within that you are asked at this time to become intimately connected with. It is the light at this time within inside you that you are asked to pay your attention and your focus to. For it is that light which shows you who you are. It is that light which shows you where you are to go. It is that light which shows you how you wish to live. I only wish, hope, and long for a time in which you can see the radiance of yourself with the same clarity that those of us on this side of your life and of the universe can see it also. When we look to you, we see not the mortal bodies that have become such an obsession for your people. We see instead the light that is the truth of your being, the light that goes so much deeper and more expansive than any human body, and the light that has continued throughout all of time as a part of your being. We see those lights and we orient ourselves according to those lights as they are and as they will always be. We see those lights, and in so doing, we know with whom we are dealing. We know what they are capable of. We know what is to bring them the greatest sense of accomplishment, of peace, of fulfillment. And so I ask you now, how well do you know your own light? How well do you know the light of your being? May this be a time in which you acquaint yourself deeply with that light. May this be a time in which you acquaint yourself deeply with all that is within you and all that you truly are. In my own lifetimes upon earth, I have worked hard to encourage people back to their own light, to encourage people away from a world that tries to pull them outwards, and instead encourage people back. For when you return to your own light, no one can take from you. No one can take your peace. No one can take your money. No one can take your heart in a way that is not truly aligned with you. They will only ever serve to remind you of your alignment. They will only serve to remind you of the importance of your light. They will remind you that possibly this is not a path which will expand and enhance your light. And they will remind you of those moments that the light seems to beam, to shine so brightly from within you, that you can do nothing but embrace it and relish in it. I return at this time to return you to the sense of your own light, to return you to the sense of who you are, to return you to everything that is held within you, waiting to be rediscovered, waiting to be reclaimed, waiting to be shone out brightly unto the world. There are those who will disagree with this encouragement and invitation. There will those who wish to pull you away from that source of your own light and to pull you instead to something that is in keeping with their own hopes, their own wishes, their own drives for power. Allow them to do as they will. Do not allow them to pull you away. The great power source of your being lives within you. The great power source of your life lives within you. And it is in acquainting yourselves with that power, with that light, that you will find your life become supercharged. So what do you do to enable this? The answer is simple. Listen, feel, be, know. When you can do each of those things for, with, and to yourself, you will find that doors open, that life eases, and that you become all that you are in the most powerful of ways, the most bountiful of journeys, and the most fulfilling of senses. I move on now, and in doing, I remind you always to return to the light within you, for it is that which will always allow you to move onward, forward, outward, and more into line with all that is waiting to embrace you. Andy, I think I'm done.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes now and take some deep breaths in for me. And we just take that beautiful energy that's been created and we fold it around ourselves, that beautiful wisdom that was shared with us. Just sit in that for a moment. And as you deeply, deeply breathe, I want you to feel your body right now. I want you to feel the movement within you, the cells. Yaras kiasuna yakis la hindra hishis sandakis. Yaras kerosinda sin yasekis hisisi asasagia karasis. Yaraskaras nia sorokotares kianaske hayateresinda his kiasas korondo yo. Erani orotokunda keramahe shekis. Hai sekeanda sekos sais. Yatayakon. And I want you to visualize yourself now standing next to me inside this beautiful dark cave, and we can see the light in front of us. And as we slowly, slowly start walking forward, and as we bring with us all of our guides, our ancestors, the loved ones, and we visualize ourselves now starting to walk through this entrance out back into the light. And as we feel the sunlight hitting our bodies right now, and we look up and we just take a moment to fully appreciate the light out in the world. And as the guides are saying to me, it doesn't matter what time of the year you're stepping into, if you're in the north, if you're in the south, that sun, that guiding light, that sun that connects to source, ultimately connects back to the source through all of the portals that it takes to connect back to source. That sun is literally a reminder for our bodies, for our beings, to remember the light that we carry. This deep connection that comes from there back into the heart of us, back into our own flames, back into this piece of us that is glowing. As you stand here and you feel this light hitting your third eye right now, and the pulsating of the energy that she is sending to us, right from the center of the universe. And they are reminding me that sometimes this light will be brighter, and sometimes it will be weaker, hotter, colder, but we are connected to this light. This light is it's the reminder, it's the reminder of the light within you. So as we now allow ourselves to open up to the codes, to come into our being, through your third eye, and right into the center of your brain. And as this light starts to move through down into your heart space, you are you are from source, you are from everything. Sila hiokoroto tandakia ke siande ke taio taratata hili shiamaseta. So take this light in your heart, orotonda hiokoro sambaki ke ransia teretata, and allow it to be fed horotonia tarata hiokotatanda herisiata by these beautiful energies. Mosia mala kerosia sendahi, mitria latre korosianda kisia ketarahia sanda kerasiate. And as you feel this light here in the center of your chest, allow yourself to melt into this light. They are saying to me that we forget the beauty that we carry within ourselves, and how this has been segregated, how this has been removed, how we have been told these lies about our own hearts. Because if you can be cut off from this beauty and this power and this energy, this light within you goes dim. But you are meant, and everyone around you, are meant to be in this light, within themselves. This is your birthright. So whatever you have been told, whatever you believe, your heart is asking you to open up today to these endless possibilities, that you literally hold within yourself, that you hold within your heart. So as we just allow that light to keep coming into this heart space, I can feel the earth wanting to connect, to communicate with us. So the light that we already connected earlier on with Ceryn, we allow that light to just amplify and light up within our beings. Moro sangie korosi kia tenda kia rate. This great mother, Maliotra kia tatanda hioko, this great mother of every single one of us, Matora siatenga likiake, this great mother that literally birthed you and me, Orasengiake, and every single thing on this planet, Matakindro kiake la siukurotanda siukuratatanda. This relationship that we have with her, Matekurata, this light that we share with her, Matikundra kiake la shiotranda kiake, when we start seeing ourselves as a source of light for this planet, Matreo tahi angera siokota ande kiate, with the infinite Orosendake light that comes directly from source through you and back into this planet, Mutarashiake, and as she multiplies this energy within her own Orotakiate heart as well, and then sending that back up, Orotonda hiake, to you, Matekoresiandekeke, and she sends that light up into Orotahiake, the energy that she gives to the plants and to everything that grows. Orosanda hiokoratatahiengiate. So just feel this relationship with her, feel this Urotaya kendara hiokoratata, this connection with her. Straight through your entire being back into source. And when we start to see everything so connected, how can you not feel this love that grows within you for everything and everyone around you? I encourage you to just be in this space of openness right now. As we allow these parts of us to dissolve, to melt back into the energy. So that the earth is calling us to remember right now. She is asking you to feel within your body right now, to listen to her, and to allow her to speak through you, and to you, because when we start vibrating at the frequency of this planet, there's a sense of peace that gets to return. And she wants you to understand that when you are vibrating at this beautiful love frequency that she holds, when you go out into the world, those that are still busy remembering will feel and that is the same as you shining your light. The frequency is your light. Allowing that to spread like a wave across this planet. Haisiana amatreko la mitreku. So as we all tune into our hearts right now, I want you to see just how you emanate this light onto this planet right now. Matengorosia senda hioko. Being in this energy, horasiase satanda koro militiki isiase, of full connection otayake with the wonder that is this place, soratahiada, that we call home, matre hosange kurate, hanin diabate rotanda sokorohiake, hasinda he lashe orota. Hionda kera se sotayin miatota te kuroten. So as we allow this energy just to move through our bodies, patetai akuratan. My wish for you this year is that you take this voia keta, this connectedness, this remembering into your day, into your life, into everything that you do. Ayota yange, just this remembering of connectedness. Masikurate yange. And when we live in this space of connectedness, pasinda yoko, everything shifts, everything changes. Sayoko tanda. There's so much light here. There's so much here. Mate kondakiake. Hari sanang kura matelohiake. Taratai tain tahe sahioko. So just allow all of this just to light your cells, arase tahiake, to come back into you. Matenga hiake. And she keeps saying, Horataiyo kondahe, all it takes is a moment of stillness. All it takes is a moment of remembering. This doesn't have to be beyond you. This can be your life. This can be the way that you feel. This can be the way that you walk through this life. Even in the chaos, in the 3D-ness of all of that we lived, we are always, always at the essence of us in this space. This is who we really are. And so much love for Tayungarase, the source of all that is, for showing us Sarasenda, the interwovenness of all that we experience. Halita matreko senda yaten. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you now is, yatenda, even though we're going to return back into our 3D bodies right now, I want you to see this. I want you to remember this, imprint it into your field. Imprint this into your energy field, this connectedness. And then as we pull all of the pieces of ourselves back into our physical body, and we just recalibrate our 3D body now to literally embrace this remembering, this activation, and as we seal this back into our into our bodies, our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, and this deep remembering today, Matringo Sakin Siate. All right. So as we stand here now, Hiteate, seeing yourself fully connected, we ground ourselves back again. You can feel the earth, you can feel the heaviness returning to your body, the density of being in this 3D reality. And I want to say to you that there are so many of you that don't always want to be here. I can see your spirit soaring off into the sky, wanting to be up there in the lightness that is Yatrange Sekiate, please, so Yatenda Hiama Heke, your spirit here on this planet, Aretengiase, that matters more. The Yungorata Hioke Sitete, it matters more. Mahioko Latrandekiate. So allow yourself to Hiake to step into this space of real heart gratitude this year for having chosen to come here and to be you, your unique self on this planet. Yateas and your light, Rate Kunda Hiake, is part of this big, beautiful connectedness. Inda Korata. Each and every single one of us matters in the bigger picture, in the scheme of things. Every single one of us is part of this connectedness. Mayokunda Kerate. Halitrana ki surungo kaim lahi tahisk. So as we also thank all of our beautiful guides, our ancestors, our loved ones, in spirit, to walk into this new year with us, to support us, to often push us forward, to sometimes hold us back. Remember to listen when we get quiet, and we listen to their guidance, and we look for the signs, and we allow ourselves just to be held as well. You're not doing any of this alone. The team is right behind you. Okay. So I want you to now just bring back your consciousness into your body. properly, matekinde case, make sure everything is right here. Matendo taratiange koratakisa la hinda hiaketa sin. And as I close the circle now, mesion da kera si apate o la trenita e ke amatre alia matrengora se curative alemetre amashukuraten haya trengo se kiate. And we're thanking all of the beautiful energies. Era singiatela, metorosita, isiatenda. Hayako. Take a deep breath in and out. And just allow yourself to come back fully into the space, into the room, wherever you are. Doyake. Okay. Right. Okay.
A lot of that is needed. Thank you for that, Yolandi. That was beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you for everything you shared, babe. That energy was just the perfect foundation.
Yeah. I need to understand a little bit more about that energy. Usually I come back and go, this is who that was. I need to understand a little bit more about that, I think.
Mm.
That will come. That will come.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, just like take your time, integrate all of this, spend time with it as well. Just I think one of the things that I found in the channeling that was so beautiful when you said about like feel and be, right? And like listen, feel, be. That was amazing. And it's just like that's what we're being called to do this year.
Yeah. You know, we spend so much, I think, of our time being asked to, we're bombarded with so much information from outside, and we spend so much of our time being expected to become experts on the outside world. The only thing we really ever need to be an expert in is ourselves.
Yeah.
And may this be the year that we do that.
Yes. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we will be back in March. I think we'll probably do equinox. So yeah, so just watch our space, and then there's some exciting plans for this year that we'll also share with you guys by then. So just look after yourself and just have a beautiful day and drink lots of water and integrate all of it.
Take care. Lots of rest, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a wonderful coming few days.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.